Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today I want to wish my very own idle villager, the cutest little idle villager there ever was, a happy first birthday. And maybe one day he'll watch this video and maybe one day he'll even be into Age of Empires himself. But even if he's not, even if he grows up to like sports, yuck, instead of computer games, my town center will always have room for him to garrison inside. Much like the town center of the Viper, who is playing as the Dravidians in yellow as he gets ready to take on Hera, playing as the Spanish in blue. Now all the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP. Why don't we take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today? Now, the Dravidians are an infantry civilization that has a few pretty darn cool features. To start with, all of their barracks technologies are half price, and their infantry units, all of them, can be upgraded to ignore enemy armor, essentially turning every single individual infantry unit into a Lithuanian Latus, which is great news for their unique unit, the Urumi Swordsman, a medium infantry unit that gets a massive attack boost every 20 or 24 seconds. Think Burgundian Coustelier, although unlike the Burgundian Coustelier, the Urumi charge attack does trample damage. Now, to support its infantry on the field of battle, all of their siege units cost a third less wood. Their cavalry also benefits from Woot's Steel, which is the name of the upgrade that allows their infantry units to ignore enemy armor. But before you get too excited, before you get too antsy in the Dravidian cavalry pantsy, well, the Dravidian cavalry line is notoriously terrible, quite possibly the worst in the game. Their skirmishers, their elephant archers do attack 25% faster, and all of their elephant units can be upgraded to regenerate HP. Now, to support its military, Dravidian fishermen do carry extra seafood, and I'm looking out on the map. It looks like we do have a little bit of seafood. We've seen some docks on Arabia before. Will we see it again? If not, not a big loss whatsoever, and every time the Dravidians go up to the next stage, they get 200 wood for free, which does help with the early stages of the game when villager allocation and construction projects and building permits and deciding what to build and what army to make. 200 wood is very, very much a nice gift. Or maybe instead of all that, you can use it to train some of your discounted siege as the Piggly Wigglies return home with a big, wild Piggly Wiggly chasing a Dravidian villager here. We'll see. I mean, this is not exactly a rhino, not exactly a elephant, but the Viper's villager still does take a little bit of tusking in the butt. Now, the Spanish across to the eastern shores of the map, a paramilitary civilization that loves its gunpowder units. Spanish gunpowder units fire 18% faster, and their unique unit is the Conquistador, a heavy-hitting, less accurate mounted hand cannoneer with less range. Now, in order to defend their costly units on the field of battle, the Spanish can train missionaries, which are basically mounted monks with less range, and they can't pick up relics. The Spanish, by the way, can also upgrade both their monks and missionaries to convert enemy units faster, and can upgrade their missionaries to have extra range. Now, in order for them to support their military-industrial complex, Spanish villagers do construct structures 30% faster than normal, which is why this mill will go up 30% faster. Look at the HP go as it climbs and climbs and climbs. Their blacksmith upgrades cost no gold, and they do get 20 gold for each tech that's researched. So a very nifty way to see that is once Hera, either at the end of Dark Age or maybe even beginning of Feudal Age, researches loom for his villagers, which, since we're on an open map, I'm assuming he's going to get loom. Oh, there we go. You see his gold went down 50 in 20 seconds, 20 in-game seconds. That 50 is going to jump up to 70 once that good old government rebate hits his bank account, and he gets 20 gold for every tech. 3, 2, 1. Boom. 70 gold. A very nifty feature of the Spanish, whereas one civilization gets extra wood when they go up, which does help in the early stages. Another civilization, this one, gets extra gold every time a tech is researched, which, by the way, does also help in the early stages of the game. Did the town center get this deer? Did Hera kill the deer with the town center accidentally? I can't click on it, which means he might just have. Now, why? Lastly, did I call the Spanish a paramilitary civilization? Because they can upgrade each and every one of these villagers to get a massive 40 HP boost, +2/+2 armor, and a +6 attack boost, which together with the Sapper's upgrade makes Spanish villagers amazing at taking down buildings, castles, towers, even walls in the late stages of the game. But we are nowhere close to anything even remotely resembling the late stages of the game as both players head up to the next stage at, I believe, the exact same time off of 0 idle time, which means the Viper probably also has Loom at the moment. Yeah, he does. Hera discovers where his opponent is as the town center, maybe not really firing any arrows at that scout. The Viper, moving forward with 3 militias and a scout of his own, has no idea where his opponent is, but is surprisingly making a beeline straight for that town center, which he's going to discover as they both, I think Hera hit Feudal maybe a split second ahead. Ooh, look at the mind games. Hera wanted to put the archery range here, but seeing that the yellow scout was en route, decided to hide it. That being said, Viper discovers it nonetheless. Let's take a look at the resources for Hera as he gets pushed into primary gold annoyingly placed on a hill, primary stone incredibly exposed to the front, additional gold up top to the left and right, and where's your secondary stone all the way down here. Viper's militias are now men-at-arms. They're a little bit stronger, a little bit tankier as they continue circle. No kills yet. I really do want to look at the Viper's base. We'll take a look at that, but let's see if we can get anything accomplished here for now. You know what? I'll keep an eye on the mini-map and see whether these Dravidian infantry units, which are slowly but surely inexorably heading over to the scout. No, they're going straight for the spearmen instead. I thought they were going to try to catch the scout unawares. And look at that, Hera pulls a Viper and walls himself away from these melee units, which means his villagers are pretty safe for now. Now an archer pops out as well. But look at this. You don't have to be a Roman man-at-arms in order to not be too scared of this archer, as I'm surprised Hera chased into that. And now he goes across the map. Hera never one to kind of take the brunt of the aggression without always wanting to lash out and hit back. Not a bad strategy at all, because look at this. The Viper looks like he is heading home. Where is his scout? All the way to the south, a little bit injured, so he's on relic duty. And now let's join Hera in his journey of discovery of the Viper's base as some skirmishers. Okay, we have probably like 20 seconds or so. Primary gold nice and safe off to the side. Primary stone nice and safe to the back. Additional stone exposed. Additional gold to the top and additional gold to the bottom. Not a bad base at all. 1, 2, 3, 4 chicken nugget shaped forests. Kind of small. Will Hera discover the lumberjacking operation? He does, of course. But in terms of walling this off, the Viper kind of looks like a Big Dipper, the Big Dipper constellation. Just needs to wall off the north, and he is pretty darn safe and sound as he now pushes into the eastern shores of his opponent's base, which, by the way, also 4 forests, but very much more open. Why do I feel like Hera's base is a lot more open than the Viper's? And Hera, by the way, now that there's range units here, this is no longer safe. This is a kill zone as the first kill of the game. The archer dies, I'm assuming, to the skirmishers. Yep. Men-at-arms should be enough to shoot away these ranged units. With his 1 pierce armor, they attack on a 2. So not exactly the biggest of deterrents here. And skirmisher violence continues. It looks like the Viper also killed a villager in this kill zone. Not too sure why I tried to highlight it. I can't really highlight a dead body in Age of Empires. Whether it be deer or human. And another villager down. The Viper, 2 villager kills within the first 15 minutes of the game. Not terrible at all. Hera returns home with this 1 scout. Looks like he has a kill of his own as a Dravidian skirmisher joins a Spanish skirmisher on the River Styx. Where is the Viper's scout, by the way? Okay, he's also going to try to join in on the fight here. Okay, Man-at-Arms goes down. Hera is chasing this away. The Viper is retreating. I wonder if he really has to. There really is really only one scary unit here for the Viper, and that's this 1 archer that has almost no HP. A love tap to the horse's ass, and it goes down as well. And this is exactly what I thought. Okay, maybe now that the scout is dead, he agrees with me. This is the moment to engage. These skirmishers have to be careful, as does the man-at-arms. He might get 1 or 2 before they eventually kill him. No, he doesn't get any of them. Okay, so a battle of low HP maneuvering here developing in the center of the map. I feel like there's a lot of ranged units coming out of Hera, whose archery range goes strangely silent right as I say that, of course. Blue archer down, yellow skirmishers, 2 of them down in exchange, so not a terrible trade there for the Viper. Not a terrible trade there for Hera as well. Kill count, very, very close at 6-5. Let's see what the players have built here. We've got, obviously, the archery range. We've got the blacksmith for the Viper, who is at 500 food, 300 gold. So he is very much en route to Castle Age. Just needs to stop training scouts at the moment. Each one of these guys is 80 food. Not exactly a discount on them. Oh, now they're engaging into Spearman, but the Spearman HP is weak, I guess. Hera now. It's his turn to get the hell out of here. What a yo-yo game so far. The Viper shows up with 3 archers out of nowhere. Hera, what does he have? We know he's got the archery range. We know he's got a stable down here, blacksmith as well. And so he also has the requisite structures. He is just down a little bit food compared to the Viper, who should be able to go up to Castle Age any second. There we go, right as I finish that sentence. And now it's his turn to get the hell out of here. Maybe not, as the Spearman pokes, the scout kills, and down goes the Viper's second last scout. Villager count, Hera is still training villagers. He's going to go to 40-41. He'll catch up to the Viper, who's ahead just a one. I guess not ahead anymore. He is housed, though. Is our yellow Dravidian. Might want to correct that. No, he's going archery range. Where's your house? Now, this isn't exactly like being housed when you're going from Dark Age to Feudal, when you can't really train or, you know, produce anything. Now you're housed in Feudal going up to Castle. You may want to train something out of your archery range, your barracks, maybe? Maybe your stable back here to the rear of your base. So might do well to get some housing. He still doesn't realize. Okay, now he does with 4 villagers. Plopping down 2 houses. Hera on his part. Oh man, he still doesn't have the food or the gold. Okay, now he finally does get it. Will he click up? Will he click up? Will he click up? He's gonna click up to heaven or hell, depending on whether you're a Hera fan, a Hera stan, or a Hera hater, because 3 of his scouts just got vipered and taken to Pound Town there by the scouts and the archers and the skirmisher, individual skirmisher of the Dravidians. Did the skirmisher get any kills? Oh, look at that. He's got 1 kill. Good for you. Good for you, little skirmisher man, with your 3 attack. So now both players have disengaged from one another. Hera's just under 2 minutes away from going up to the next stage. He's getting another stable. He's getting bloodlines. So we're going to see some kind of cavalry play out of him. Will the Viper give him time? He's taking his archers. He's turning them into crossbows. He's giving them bodkin, which will add attack and range. And Hera knows it's some kind of archer play. He immediately plops down a tower, trying to protect his primary goal. But this is where placement of resources just is absolutely atrocious for our Spaniard, whose primary gold and secondary gold are incredibly off campus. Primary gold by stone, rather, not gold. Did I say gold or stone? I feel like I said gold. These are stone piles. This gold, by the way, is very much annoyingly placed, which is why Hera is abandoning ship, heading to the north, bringing a skirmisher along for an honor guard. Kill count 16-14. Hera has managed to kill a villager. So he's down 1 villager killed, down now 3 total kills. Oh, the Viper, though. He's on a tour of death here in the rear of the Spanish base. Might get 1 more villager. Yeah, we'll see if he gets another one. Hera is reinforcing. Oh no, the Viper is just picking off villagers left, right, and center. Now he's focusing on the scout. He's focusing on the skirmisher, which means no more defense for these blue villagers as they run, zigzagging, serpentining their way to the town center. Not too sure why I clicked those farms. Also an attack force here to the south. Looks like they got 1 villager as well. He lies face first in his rutabaga farm, or whatever the hell vegetables are grown on these farms. What vegetables are grown on the Age of Empires farms? What do you think? I don't know why I said rutabaga. I don't even think I've ever eaten a rutabaga in my life. But the Viper's here to the rear. The Knights are out for our Spaniard as another small force. I say small, but 7 crossbows should be enough to shoo away a single knight. 4 knights, however, is a different story altogether, especially when some of these crossbows are weak. And the skirmisher is here as well. No. Well, at least this skirmisher is going to die a hero. You know he's going to die, but at least he's going to die a hero. Oh my goodness. He took down a knight. The Viper doesn't care. He's here to kill skirmishers. Okay. And so ultimately they all die, but what a hero's death put them on a wooden boat, set them adrift into the lake, the river, or whatever the hell, and then fire a flaming arrow onto them and let them go to Valhalla, where they'll quaff and drink and fight and do whatever the hell people do in Valhalla for eternity. 3 town centers for the Viper, who is ahead 20 villagers. Hera is down 50% in terms of economy. Does he realize this? I mean, he must see the score. They're both in Castle Age. He just got a bunch of kills, but his economy's been absolutely crippled. 8 villager kills to 1. That being said, the Viper can't really... I guess he must realize he's missing ballistics. I was going to say the Viper can't really take this fight. This is a lot of knights. This is a lot of skirmishers. And the knights are going to have husbandry in 18 seconds, which means Hera shouldn't take this fight for the next 18 seconds. Maybe even a minute now that chain barding armor is getting researched. He's going for more villager kills. The last thing the Viper wants to deal with is 80 HP villagers with supremacy breathing down his neck. 2 scouts have moved to the south, guarding jealously like a dragon is gold. The relic over here. Okay. I mean, the Viper is just being as annoying as he possibly can be. He's fighting into 2 units that are so much stronger, and Hera agrees. He says, now that I've got chain barding armor, now that I've got husbandry, I'm going to move forward and absolutely demolish you. I would have loved to see elite skirmishers out of him. I think once the Viper saw those, he would have absolutely left. He gets another villager. The Viper is just absolutely being a pain in the ass. Okay, what killed these guys? The tower? The villagers killed it. We'll have seen it in picture, but how awesome is that? Hera mobilizes his civilian population. Elite skirmisher is on its way. These 2 scouts continue to not really do much, waiting perhaps for the Viper to not notice that he's jacked his wood a little bit too much and too hard. No pun intended. And now there's a gap in that forest. We'll see how much damage these scouts can do as 3 knights go and join them. Where's the rest of his force? So now it's the Spaniard's turn to be as annoying as possible. The Viper, though, says, you know what? Forget all of this. I'm just going to put a big fat defensive castle. Interesting location. Not really protecting the gold, not really protecting the stone. What is this location for the castle for the Viper? Somebody in the comments, let me know. Well, I'm struggling to understand why here. Is it just because this is where all his villagers were on farms? That now they're just kind of nearby, so I'm just going to place the castle here. What was he attacking there, the knight? Okay, the Viper finally did realize he was missing ballistics, so he has gotten it. His villager lead, though, oh my god, 34 villagers ahead. He's got more villagers than Hera has entire population. And Hera, by the way, was housed for about 10-15 seconds there, which the Viper might get housed soon if he keeps losing houses here. Okay, house goes down. Now what, Hera? Where do you go? What do you do from here? He's getting wheelbarrow. He's continuing to pump out skirmishers. 3 knights to the south. Oh, if only you were Frankish knights with the extra line of sight, you would see some villagers chopping trees down. Okay, looks like the crossbow's got another villager kill. Yeah, monk moves forward. Has he seen that? Yeah, he's seen the relic, but this monk is going to that relic. So where's this monk going? Maybe to the relic all the way to the east of the map? So let's see what's going on, because Hera is trying to softly embrace the Viper's base here with knights to the south, knights and skirmishers to the center. He's going after the stone with, oh mama, with a real frenzy here. 18 villagers all of a sudden to stone. Okay, so he wants to get a castle up, and he wants to get conquistadors. Urumis are out. I say out, where are they? Oh, they're hiding behind the... they're hiding behind the monastery. One pops out, doesn't really get a charge attack off. So look at this. Area of effect range 0.8 tiles. Now, 9 times out of 10, your area of effect is a nice 0.5. The Urumi is a 0.8, and look at that extra charge attack. I believe it's plus 10. No, sorry. My bad. Plus 12 for the base model, and then plus 15, which is ridiculous. Move aside Roman Legionary with comitatenses. The Urumi Swordsman automatically gets this. You don't have to research nothing. Okay, Hera's turn to pick off a few villagers here. Hera needs to do something desperate right now, and I suspect with 18 villagers on stone, he knows that as well. Because if you look at the economy, he's now down more than 50% economy, even though he's got the same army count. But we've seen this play out so many times. This is about as Age of Empires a trope as you can have, where one player goes heavy on the economy, one player goes heavy on a one town center play, which Hera is doing, and now he's going to lose these villagers as well. There is no safety in the forest. You cannot cut your way through there. You are going to die carrying the gold, the 1 ounce of gold, and 1 2x4 of timber. And down go those villagers. The Urumis are chasing. Oh, goodness. Okay, they're chasing into a body of knights, though. So Hera wisely letting the Urumis spend their charge attack on the skirmishers. And then I'm assuming he's going to turn around and just absolutely gun these units down. Maybe not. Yeah, now he decides to. There we go. Spread them out. Envelop the Urumis. Look at that absolute insanity of a unit. By the way, I always say this with the Dravidians, and there it is. There it is. Oh, what a shitty location for a castle for the Viper, right in the face of the monastery, which has 2 relics. And this monk is returning home. Oh, no. He's going to find a greeting committee here of a Spanish. Now, as I always say when we watch the Dravidians, if we're lucky enough to see Urumis, which we are in this game, after this, I know you know how to use YouTube because you're watching this video. After this, go onto YouTube and look up Urumi swordsmen and see in real life why they do trample damage. Oh, the Viper preemptively starts ferrying relics across. He sees the castle going up right in his face, but he's got a body of crossbows. They've got 6 kills. It must be all those 6 villagers that are, yeah, the backs of the men, the whatever the hell this is, are melting into the grasslands of Arabia. Oh, the monk went down. The relic falls. And after all that work, ferrying that relic all the way across the known world, that monk ultimately bites the dust. By the way, behind all of this, Hera's an Imperial, which means he's getting trebs, and the Viper just now clicking up to Imperial. What's going on over here? A single skirmisher? Impossible. One skirmisher managed to get all those kills. There must have been a second one here behind the stable. The Urumis are here, so goodbye skirmisher. Ba-boom. I don't think you even need wood steel on these guys right now. Hera, by the way, is down. Oh my goodness. Take a look at the top of your screen. Our Spaniard is down 76 villagers. 76 villagers. Not only a testament to how much the Viper has just been putting on endless amounts of aggression, but also to how all in this play from Hera was, even though now he gets a second town center. So kind of, but not really all in. Not too sure what to make of this. The Viper is still a minute and a half away from Imperial, which means a minute and a half away from getting his own trebuchets out. Hera attacks the castle, changes his mind, attacks the town center. But you know what? Your opponent has 80 more villagers than you. So town center might not be the target of choice. Urumis take on knights. Urumis absolutely die. Will they? I'm assuming they will. We're not in Imperial yet. Now, once we hit Imperial, will the Viper get Woot's Steel? Look at the gold count of our Dravidian. 1230. Definitely looks like he might be. Woot's Steel costs 600 gold. And I think something like 700, 800 food. And so the Viper needs a lot more food if he wants to get any traps. The skirmishers. Oh my God, look at how quickly the skirmishers melt. I mean, not exactly Vietnamese skirmishers with 20% more HP. So they are just basic skirmishers here. Hera discovers another castle to the north. Urumi pops out. The Viper gets the armor upgrades for his infantry. His castle is down. His town center is down. His second town center is about to fall as well. What is going on here? The Viper has taken quite the circuitous route to get to this stone. He did not want to take the A to B approach. He took A to B to C. There's a couple of Urumis move there to defend those guys as well. He did not manage to get the second relic of his. So right now he's sitting on 2 instead of 3. And Hera's here. The Urumi behind him trying desperately. Now he's got the resources for it. No, he goes elite instead of Wood Steel first. So the charge attack will jump up from 12 to 15. But Hera's an Imperial. He's getting chemistry? Okay. Not too sure what to make of that. He's getting a whole bunch of stone. Oh, isn't that the worst in the world when you've got a villager here that just hanging out? By the way, no wheelbarrow. I thought I saw Hera researching wheelbarrow. No wheelbarrow, which means this villager just carries 10 blocks of stone for now. Okay, conquistadors are out. And the Viper is happy to sit on an 80 villager lead. He's got 20 Urumis. He just needs Trebs. Otherwise, this one castle here in the center. Oh, he's building a castle to the south as well. It looks like the Viper is raiding the hell. I thought those Urumis were an honor guard for the villagers. Instead, they are a death guard here, going over house to house, killing every villager in their way. Oh, he blocks himself into a corner. Silly, silly villager. But you know what? Hand cannoneers, do they? I don't think they come with an attack bonus. Sorry, not hand cannoneer, mounted. I'm going to finish my thought in a second, but there it is. There is Woot's Steel. Every single Dravidian infantry unit, every single Dravidian cavalry unit will now be a Lithuanian Latus and ignore armor. I thought when I saw chemistry for Hera that we were going to get to see hand cannoneers, but I'm looking at his base. He's got 1 archery range and nothing in the forward position. He's continuing to get stone. Why is he sitting on 400 stone at the moment? Does he want a castle drop even further? Does he know he's down 80 villagers? 42 Urumis. Now 3 Trebs are being trained. Urumi's attacking a market. Urumi's going to die to a castle. Hera does have... No, he doesn't have ballistics. I thought he had ballistics. Why did my brain think he had ballistics even more? So the charge attack is now at a 15, and he has iron casting, which adds it as a 17, like the Burgundian Coustelier. That's how it shows up. Treb moves forward. He's got 3 Trebs. Where are the other ones? Oh, the Urumis. The Urumis want to catch up to these conquistadors so bad. They're going to catch the Trebs. Oh, no. Oh, no. Down goes the first of only 2 Trebs. The other one will go down as well. There's a Treb to the north. I saw a ball. There's a Treb. Look at this. The Bermuda Triangle of trebuchets here. 1 to the north, 1 to the west, 1 to the southeast. And Hera says, oh, God. Oh, goodness gracious. I can't do this anymore. He taps out with 800 stone in the bank. Did he want a castle drop somewhere? I'm not too sure what he wanted to do with 800 stone. I mean, it must be for a castle drop. But ultimately, betrayed by the economy. The Viper just absolutely going ham on the economy, ends the game with 83 more villagers than his opponent, and Hera thought that he could Spaniard his opponent, muscle through, absolutely crush him with gunpowder units towards the end there. But I'm wondering if hand cannoneers would have been the better play, just because they come with an attack bonus of +10 against infantry, which is not something the conquistadors come with. Their attack bonuses against against rams of all things. So there you go. Wow. Well, the Viper has a long history with the Dravidian civilization, and in this case, he proves himself to be the Dravidian master. Like I said, this Bermuda Triangle of absolute destruction. Now Hera's going to lose the castle. There's nowhere these villagers can run to. The Urumi does move faster than the villager, and Hera, with the loss of this castle, has 1 left, where I guess he could research supremacy. I mean, I'm trying to remember how much it costs. It's not an expensive upgrade. I think, does he have the resources for it? I don't know. I think it costs food. Sometimes in Age of Empires, the unique technologies, the allocation of resource cost confuses me. Things that affect like humans, flesh and blood, will cost wood. Things that affect archers and things like that will cost wood, food. So I think supremacy, I think he has enough resources for supremacy. It's one of those, there's like 5 or 6 techs that I still can never, ever remember the cost of. But I'm going to go ahead and say he does have it, because I remember it's fairly cheap, that technology. 105 Urumis, 45 skirmishers. It's possible our Spaniard thought our Dravidian would go elephant archers. That's definitely how Hera has played the Dravidians in the past. And so he went full on skirmishers Although maybe that was a reaction to the Viper's crossbows, his insane, never-ending crossbow spam, which netted him 48 villager kills to the 28 of his opponent. And even though Hera ultimately did get more kills on the whole, he did not get as many villager kills. And when you're down 83 villagers, every single villager is precious. Where are they? Oh, each one of you is a precious little snowflake that must be coddled and nurtured and kept safe from the... Where are you? Oh, look at that ending animation. How cool is this? This looks like a statue in a town square somewhere made out of marble with that Urumi, and they do bend like this in real life. Like I said, after this video, definitely go to YouTube, go to the top of your app, your computer, whatever, and look up Urumi Swordsman in real life, and it's just so much fun to watch it in real life. You'll see why they do trample damage, because you can hit like 5 people at once. PKPM towards the beginning, PKPM also towards the beginning. Hera falling a little bit short of his usual 2 to 300 that I always like to point out. Relic Gold playing no role whatsoever. The economies, holy moly, the Viper had almost double the economy of our Spaniard. 23,000 more resources out of 29. What is that, like 75% bigger economy, 80% bigger economy? Wow. A lot more, 10,000 almost more wood, almost 10,000 more food, 6,000 more gold. Stone? Hera gets the stone, which is not surprising when you shove 18 villagers onto stone. No conversions for anybody. Hera did destroy more structures, having reached Imperial first, having gotten those 2 trebs out. But then, oh, what a beautiful... I'm nothing if not a broken record. The one to the bottom right, top, and left... The Bermuda Triangle here of death here. I think I said here like 3 times in the last 10 seconds. I do apologize, but wow, what a fun game. Hera tried to all in and tried to shove his way in with knights and skirmishers, trying to counter everything that the Viper did. But the Viper then went Dravidian, Urumi, Woots, Steel, Death Machine, and he ends the game with 54 of them. And even though they are an infantry unit, even though their HP is not the best at 65, their armor, their base armor is not great at all, and they're flying face first into the castle. Number 1, no murder holes, which means they're pretty safe once they reach the base here. And number 2, just the quantity is way too much for our Spaniard to contend with, even though he's got 4, 5. Oh, look at this death animation for the horse as it raises its head to the sky and says, why me? I could have been working on a farm somewhere in Texas, getting fed, I don't know what the hell horses like. They eat carrots and hay and chocolate and McDonald's and shit. But instead I was had to carry a conquistador into battle. I get overwhelmed, surrounded by Urumis, and it is with the Urumi Swarm, the absolute epic major economic power of the Dravidians, that the Viper takes the W in this particular matchup. But GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.